Hi, everyone. It's Miss Akbari in the library. I wanted to talk to you about the book The Night She Disappeared. This is a mystery by the author April Henry. If you've never read any of April Henry's books, I would highly recommend that you try one. Her books are very fast paced, they have very short chapters, they kind of pull you in right from the beginning. In fact, I wanted to read the first chapter of The Night She Disappeared to kind of show you how April Henry is able to draw a reader in right away. So, the night she disappeared, when I open it up to page one, I see this order form and a customer's name and their order. I don't really know what that has to do with the story, but maybe I'll figure it out as we go along. And so this chapter is called The Day It Happened. True. It was me who took the order. It could have been anyone. I don't know why I feel guilty, but it was me. Pete's Pizza, this is Drew, I said, and winked at Kayla. She blew the black bangs out of her blue eyes and smiled. Even in that stupid white baseball cap Pete makes us wear, she looked hot. Wondered if she knew that. Probably. Then Kayla picked up a handful of pepperoni. She weighed it on the small silver scale and started laying the circles out on the pizza skin. She'd already put down the sauce and cheese. Yeah, Man said. I'd like to order some pizzas to be delivered. There was nothing special about his voice. The cops have asked me over and over. Did he have an accent? Did he sound drunk, calm, angry? Was he old, young? Did he sound like a smoker? Did I recognize his voice? For each question, I have the same answer. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I haven't been able to tell them anything useful. Each time I say that, they sigh or shake their heads and then ask me another question. Like if they ask it enough times in enough ways, I'll remember something important. But I never do. I pulled an order form toward me and grabbed a pen. Okay, what kind do you want? Three larges. Hey, is the girl in the Mini Cooper making deliveries tonight? He meant Gabby. Kayla had traded with Gabby so Kayla could get Friday off. Kayla and I were the only two on. Miguel had clocked out at 7:30 after the dinner rush was over. Kayla was on delivery because I don't have a car. She'd only gone out once that night. It was a Wednesday, so it was slow, and it was already 8. We close at 10. Pete's Pizza is in a little strip mall. On one side is a florist and a Starbucks and a Blockbuster. On the other is a Baskin Robbins and a Subway. Kayla used to work at the Subway, but Pete pays 50 more cents an hour, plus extra for deliveries. And then there's tips. Kayla always got a lot of them. She always said she liked to make deliveries. Says. She always says she likes. I shouldn't use the past tense. Kayla says. I thought the guy must have flirted with Gabby the last time she delivered a pizza to him, and jealousy pinched me. It wasn't like I was dating Gabby, we just worked together. I wasn't dating anyone. But this guy felt confident enough to flirt with the pizza delivery girl. He could probably stand behind a cute girl in a movie line, and when he got to the window, he'd be buying tickets for them both. I didn't answer him directly when he asked about Gabby. Instead, I just said, "One of our staff members will deliver your order in 45 minutes." The fact that he asked about Gabby is the only thing I've been able to tell the cops, but it doesn't help. Gabby hasn't been able to tell them anything either. So what kind do you want? I asked. Three meat monsters. Meat monsters are gross. They have sausage, pepperoni, ground beef, and linguica. After you eat a slice, your lips feel slick. And if you look in the mirror later, you'll find an orange ring around your mouth, even if you use a napkin. He told me his name was John Robertson. He gave me his phone number and his address. I told him it would cost $35.97 and hung up the phone. Order in, I joked like it was a busy night. Then I grabbed three pizza skins from the cooler. Kayla and I got to work. We stood hip to hip, not working fast, but not slow either, just a steady, comfortable rhythm. We've worked together enough that we didn't have to say much about who was going to do what. At one point, we both reached for the Alpo, otherwise known as sausage, and our hands touched. We looked at each other and kind of smiled. Then I pulled my hand back and let her go first. I think about that a lot now. Was I the last friendly, normal person to touch her? And that's the end of the first chapter. So in this story, there's three teenagers that work at a pizza parlor together. Kayla, Drew, and Gabby. And as we read in the first chapter, Gabby has the night off. She and Kayla switched. Drew is working in the store, and Kayla goes out on a delivery. What we don't exactly know, although it's implied, is that Kayla doesn't come back from that delivery. So we have a missing girl who never came back from a pizza delivery. We have another girl, Gabby, who the caller wanted to have deliver the pizza. And then we have Drew, who's kind of trying to put the pieces of this whole mystery together. And what happens as you read the next chapter is Gabby and Drew are at school the next day, and they're trying to figure out what's going on and why Kayla didn't come back. And they're not really satisfied to leave this to the police, and so they decide to try to figure this out together. Like I said, April Henry is wonderful at writing mysteries. Her books feel very real, like this is something that could really happen. They're super fast paced and they leave you guessing. So if you like a good mystery, I would recommend The Night She Disappeared.